AITA for leaving a family dinner. After witnessing a girl cross boundaries with my husband, AITA for leaving a family dinner. After witnessing a girl cross boundaries. By being overly affectionate with my husband, even sitting on his lap, I, 29F, have been married to my husband, Jake, 32M, for 3 years now. We've had a pretty strong relationship built on trust, love, and understanding. But last night something happened that made me question everything, and now I don't know if I overreacted or if my feelings were justified. Jake has this longtime best friend, Cindy, 31F. They've known each other since high school, and honestly, I never had a problem with her before. She was always part of Jake's life, and I respected their friendship. But over time, little things started bothering me. She'd casually touch him during conversations, laugh a little too hard at his jokes, and always seemed to find a way to be physically close to him. I brushed it off as just her personality. Until last night. We were at my in-laws' place for a family dinner. Cindy was invited, as usual, since my in-laws treat her like family. The evening started out fine, everyone chatting, eating, and catching up. But as the night went on, I noticed Cindy getting overly touchy with Jake. She'd playfully nudge him, lean in a little too close, and at one point even fed him a bite of her food, giggling like a schoolgirl. I was already feeling uncomfortable, but I kept my cool because I didn't want to cause a scene. However, things took a turn when I stepped away to help my mother-in-law with the dishes. When I came back to the dining room, I saw Cindy sitting on Jake's lap, on his lap. She was laughing, holding onto his shoulder like it was the most normal thing in the world. My stomach dropped. I looked at Jake, expecting him to push her off or at least look uncomfortable, but instead, he was just sitting there, amused but doing nothing to stop it. The room went silent for a second when people noticed my presence. My father-in-law cleared his throat, my sister-in-law raised her eyebrows, and my mother-in-law gave me a nervous glance. But Cindy? She just smiled like nothing was wrong. I couldn't take it. Without saying a word, I grabbed my purse, stood up, and walked out. Jake called after me, but I just got in the car and drove home. When Jake came home an hour later, he was furious. He accused me of being dramatic, embarrassing him, and making Cindy feel bad when she was just being playful. I told him that I didn't care if she was being playful. What she did was completely inappropriate, and the fact that he didn't stop it made it worse. He rolled his eyes and said that Cindy has always been that way, and that I should get used to it. I told him that I shouldn't have to get used to another woman crossing boundaries with my husband. He then called me insecure and said I made a scene over nothing. The more I thought about it, the angrier I became. Would he be okay if the roles were reversed? If one of my male friends decided to sit on my lap at a family dinner? I highly doubt it. It wasn't about insecurity. It was about respect. Cindy knew exactly what she was doing, and Jake's failure to address it hurt me deeply. I spent the night at my sister's place because I needed space. She agreed with me and said she would have done the same. But when I woke up to texts from Jake saying I had embarrassed him in front of his family and that I owed Cindy an apology, I was shocked. Apologize? For what? For reacting to blatant disrespect? Later that day, my mother-in-law called me. She wasn't mad, but she was concerned. She told me that she saw what happened, and while she thought Cindy was out of line, she also thought I could have handled it differently. She suggested that I talk to Jake calmly and set clear boundaries. I do want to talk to Jake, but the fact that he doesn't see Cindy's behavior as a problem worries me. How do I make him understand that this isn't about Cindy alone, but about our marriage? About how I feel disrespected and unheard? I know walking out of the dinner was dramatic, but I was overwhelmed. Should I have stayed and called Cindy out? In front of everyone? Should I have pulled Jake aside and confronted him then and there? Or was my reaction justified? So, Reddit, AITA for walking out of the family dinner. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps keep these stories coming. Let us know in the comments. What would you have done in this situation? Until next time, stay awesome.